everyone, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. This is my first video filmed in college. There's people that are in the hallways. I'm self-conscious. This is like very weird. Also, I apologize for the setup. I don't know how great it looks right now. I tried to figure out where the best lighting area would be. There's a window right there, which is why I'm sitting right here. I know the background is... Our dorm is cute, but there's a lot going on and I don't know how great it looks. I was trying to film in front of my desk, but the lighting was not that great. It's a cloudy day and all I have is that natural light and then our light up there, which is not that great. I didn't bring my studio lighting to college, folks, so I apologize. I'm gonna have to get used to this, play around with different spots of the room that are great to film in, so if the lighting isn't the best, I apologize. If the setup doesn't look the best, I apologize. I'm still getting used to all this. This is my first proper video filmed in college, and I'm sure people can hear me right now, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So today, as you can tell from the title, I am bringing you guys another album review. I have not filmed an album review since April, I looked, and that's long overdue to film an album review because I love reviewing albums. As you guys can tell from the title, the album that I'm reviewing today is The American Dream by Trophy Eyes. This came out, I think, a few months ago, or actually maybe only like a month ago, like August, I believe. I think it came out like sometime mid or early August, so I like to give myself like a chunk of time before reviewing something, especially an album. I don't like to, you know, give all my opinions right after I listen to it, just because I feel like I need to allow myself time to really absorb the music, the songs, the albums, figure out which ones are my favorite, so I didn't want to rush into reviewing this because I was really excited for it. I love Trophy Eyes. I am a huge fan of them. They're one of my favorite bands ever, so I just wanted to make sure that I really gave this album a full listen, and I've been listening to it for a month, and I've fallen in love with it. It is one of my favorite albums of 2018 so far. I don't know where it really falls in my list yet, but it's one of my faves. I have truly fallen in love with this album. It is a masterpiece. There was a lot of kind of controversy, I guess you could say, when the album first came out. A lot of people were like, where's Chemical Miracle? Trophy Eyes were the best. This is a bad era. And I was really scared when people were first saying that I wasn't gonna like the album, but I really do enjoy it. I think it shows so much maturity from them, and I'm just really proud of them for it. And before I get started, I just want to give my typical disclaimer that I am not a music critic. I'm just here to give my thoughts and opinions on this album. I'm not going to give it a rating. I'm just going to go through each song, which is what I normally do, and give my opinions and go through the album for you, and then I'll give my overall thoughts on the album at the end. So starting off with the first song of the album, it opens with Autumn. I really like the beginning opening of this song. The song has a little da-da-da-da-da-da, like, I don't know why, but I really like that. This is a song that I tend to forget exists on the album. I don't know if it's because it's the first one, so I'm still like getting into listening to it, and I just forget it happened. But this song like, would come on and I'd be like, oh yeah, there's a song called Autumn on this record. Like, I don't know why, but this one always kind of just went over my head. I enjoy it, I just don't tend to like come back to it a lot, but I really do enjoy it. I think it has a great opening. I really like the echo part in the back of this song. I think it's super catchy. The second song on the album is Something Bigger Than This. This one has a really good hook that just like definitely pulls you in. The chorus is also super catchy, and this one sounds a bit like an anthem to me. I don't know if it's because of, you know, the way the voices are singing and it's kind of like echoed and loud, but I really do like the chorus of it. I really love the second verse and the way John sings it. Like, oh, there's just something about it. It gives me Chemical Miracle vibes, and I'm living for it. I love it. The ending is also really nice because it like fades out and John's voice fades out and the instruments fade out, and it's just really pretty. The third song on the album is Friday Forever. This one was one of the singles of the album, which makes sense because it's really upbeat and happy, and I really like the lyric right before the chorus where it says, "Is this what the clouds feel like? Never really happy, just quiet and polite." I don't know, I really like that lyric a lot. I really like the background drums, especially during the verses. And this just seems like a very summer song to me. Like, windows rolled down, drive into this song. I don't know, it's just like a really happy song, which I don't want to say there's not a lot of happy songs on this record, but this is definitely one of the happier ones, which, like I said, makes sense as to why it's one of the singles. But it just seems like it has a very positive message, kind of positive instrumentation, just happiness all around, which in general Trophy Eyes don't tend to write the happiest songs. So I really do like that this one is a bit happy, and it's a nice placement in the album, I think. And the final chorus of this song really seems like an anthem. Like, I love driving to it, like I said. It's just, I just love singing along with John. It's great. The fourth song is More Like You, which was the second single that was released on this album. I love the verses of this song. Like, I'm gonna admit, the chorus is catchy and stuff, but it's honestly the most boring part of the song to me. I like it, but it's just so repetitive, but the verses is what makes me love this song. John's voice is like all raspy, and I really like the part where he says, "I never asked to be born with the skin draped over me." Like, that whole second verse just sounds like something out of Chemical Miracle. Like, it reminds me of the song Miracle, the way he sings it, because he's just raspy and kind of just talking, screaming sort of, and oh my god, I love when he does that. Like, he can sing, he can scream, he can talk, he can do it all, and I just really love his voice, especially in this song. So honestly, if it weren't for the great verses, I probably wouldn't like this song as much as I do, just because I think the chorus is a little boring, but it is what it is. The fifth song on the album is Cotton Candy Sky. It's one of the shorter songs on the album. It's just under 2 minutes. I really love how you can hear like the ominous thunder in the background in the beginning of the song, and I actually just noticed that before I sat down to film. I was listening to it really loud, and I could hear like the faint thunder in the beginning, and I was like, wow, I did not notice that before. But I love that little detail. It's one of the slower songs on the album. The piano in the back with John's voice is super soothing. It's a very melancholy song, very, very sad, but I kind of like the placement of it, like right in the middle of the album, especially between all of these singles. I think it's really cool. The sixth song is You Can Count on Me. You guys probably know that one if you know any songs from this album. That was the first big single. It's one of the catchiest songs on the album. It has a great hook. I mean, I couldn't get the hook out of my head the first time I heard it. I was singing it all the time. And I really like the ahs after the chorus from John, because it just really reminds me of Chemical Miracle. Like, I don't know specifically what songs in Chemical Miracle have that like similar ah to it that John does, but it just brings me right back to Chemical Miracle. Maybe like Chlorine or something, I don't know. But if you guys, you know, listen to Chemical Miracle, you know that there's parts in it where John just kind of says ah in that way, and I really like hearing things from their other stuff in this new album. It's like, it's fresh and new, but I still hear a bit of their roots, so I really like that part of the song. But overall, it's just a great song. It's very full, there's lots of exciting parts, the verses are great, the chorus is hella catchy, and overall, it's a really, really great song. I love the part where John says, "I've got a soft spot for being fucked up." Like, that part is so much fun to sing. That whole section is my favorite part of the song, because I just love that like screamy, raspy voice of his. I love it. So overall, a very awesome song. One of my faves, because I mean, it's a single, but like, it's a great song. Number 7 is Broken. This reminds me of a Little Brother song, which if you didn't know, Little Brother is John's side project. It reminds me of Little Brother song because of the way he sings. It's just, his voice is so beautiful in this song. And this song has a great message and also just a great story, I think. I don't know, I think this song can really help a lot of people. And I really like the line that says, "I've been sleeping with the lights on at night," like when he just says that, like really slow and pretty. So yeah, I really do like that song. It's definitely, I think, has a great message. Number 8 is Tiptoe. This is my favorite slow song on the record, so out of all the slow ones, this one I think is the best. I know a lot of other people really like this song too. It just sounds very ominous to me, but in a good way. Like, it really drew me in the first time I heard it, and it kind of reminds me of a sad lullaby, especially the chorus. It's another kind of depressing song. I think about not being able to see somebody, and so it's, I don't know, for some reason, like, I picture him singing this as a lullaby to somebody, but like the person he's singing to isn't there because he's talking about in the song wishing to see somebody, so it's confusing, but I really like it. And it sort of has like a weird abrupt ending, I noticed, which I think is interesting because you expect most lullabies to like end by lulling you to sleep with like this very like nice drawn out pretty ending, but this just kind of stops abruptly, which I think shows maybe the fact that it's not a lullaby and that it's not like a happy song, it actually is sad, and maybe it's like him realizing at the end that this person actually isn't there. I'm probably thinking way too much into this, making this little story in my head, but this is what I do. So yeah, I don't know, I just really like this song overall. I think it's really pretty, really sad, but like in a very sweet, ominous way, if that makes sense. The 9th song is Lavender Bay. I think this might actually be my favorite song on the record. I don't know, it's one of my favorites, definitely. I love the echo in the back that says, "Can you feel it? Can you feel it?" like over and over. I love that. John's voice in this also reminds me of something from Chemical Miracle, so that automatically just, you know, makes me love it. But I really do like the chorus because he talks about Australia, where they're from. He's talking about Sydney, and you know, he says, I won't sleep until Sydney knows my name, stuff like that. And I just like it because, I don't know, when I first heard that I was just thinking about them as a band and like how far they've come, and I just like how it talks about like their life and the band's life and where they're from and where they're going and their dreams and goals and aspirations. I don't know, it made me smile. I think it's really, really cute. It just has a great message, the song, and there's a lot to connect to in it, which I really like. The 10th song is Miming in the Choir, which I think a lot of people actually really like this one too, and I tend to forget this one exists as well. I don't know why. It's a very slow and honest song. I really do like the lyrics of it. I like how it starts slow, but then it just like breaks into the chorus and gets super intense. And once again, the chorus reminds me of Chemical Miracle. And I really like the layering of John's voice as well. Like, his singing is mixed with his yelling at some points, and I think it's really cool. The end, where you hear all those voices say, we can't sleep, we can't dream, we are miming in the choir, that's my favorite part because it actually sounds like a choir. So this song, I don't know, it's kind of, there's a lot in this song. It's starting out slow, abrupt in the middle, the choir at the end. Like, this song is actually really a journey, and I really like it. I don't know why I tend to like forget about it, but yeah, this song is really, really cool. The 11th song is a Symphony of Crickets, which I think I actually tend to forget about this one too, because it's one of the shorter songs as well. It's only 1:40, so I think it's actually the shortest song on the record. I love the actual like cricket noises in the background. I think that's a cool touch. This song also reminds me of a Little Brother song because of the acoustic guitar and once again John's soft voice. This song sounds really new to me, like something that I've never heard them do before, which I really like. I don't know, I love in new albums from artists hearing, you know, a part in a song or a whole song that doesn't sound like anything they've ever done. It's cool. I don't know, because you can hear them experimenting and trying new things, and this is one of those things where I've never heard anything like this from them before, but I really do like it. So this was a really interesting and very unique song for them. And the final song on the album, the one that really just brings it to that beautiful close, is I Can Feel It Calling. This is the longest song on the album. It's 6 minutes, and it is a true masterpiece. It ends an album that's already a masterpiece in a great way. Also, the transition from Symphony of Crickets to this song is actually flawless. If I was listening to this song on a record player, which I need to get it on vinyl, I would not be able to tell like when one song ends and the other starts, because it's just that flawless and beautiful, and y'all know I live for those kind of transitions. So this is just the perfect ending song, and it actually makes me cry because it's so beautiful. I'm pretty sure the first time I listened to this record all the way through, I was tearing up by the end of this song because I just think it ties up the whole album so, so well. And this really is like the true anthem of the album. There's other songs where, you know, you could hear like Miming in the Choir had the choir at the end. You Can Count on Me tends to have like a lot of, you know, anthem aspects to it, but this is the true anthem of the album. It starts off super soft, and the lyrics tell a story about him in a cab and all this stuff, and kind of like the story of his night and what he wants to do next, and then it just, the song has so many nuances to it. Like, it almost incorporates every sound on the record and puts it together in one song, which I don't know how they managed to do that, but they did. And of course they did, because they're amazing, and I just love it. The song also takes a sad outlook and makes it positive, because the lyrics in the beginning do sound sad, like this isn't a happy storyline, but it ends in like a positive way. I don't know, he's talking about being lost, and you hear that throughout the album in songs like Broken and other songs like Tiptoe and stuff, but it's like at the end he's figured it out, and I don't know, it's really refreshing to hear that. The build up to the chorus is also amazing, both with the instrumentation and John's voice. I love it. And I love the line when he says, if you blink you're gonna miss me. I don't know why, but I just like love that line. I know, he's just like, if you blink you're gonna miss me, I'm gonna burn up in the atmosphere. Like, that whole section is just like him breaking out of his shell and showing the world like I can do whatever I want, and it's beautiful. I just love it. Another one of the lyrics that I love, I literally wrote in my notes, effing love that lyric. This is in the end of the song, and it's when he says, think of me when you're alone and you can't sleep. I'm on the other side of the world doing the same thing. Like, tears. Tears. Like, I just love that. And then the violins at the end are beautiful. It literally sounds like the end of a movie soundtrack to me. Like, that's what I imagine this song at the end, like rolling over the credits. Like this entire album is just like a story, and it's just amazing. It's a fantastic ending. Also another one of my favorite songs on the album, and I really love it. So overall, like I said, I think this album is a true masterpiece. I think that John is really open in this album. He's equally as open about things as he was in Chemical Miracle, but this album he's open about different things. I feel like it's more about like different aspects of his life and where he grew up and how he's grown and like what finding yourself is like. And I think in Chemical Miracle you hear more topics of him struggling with things more, like depression, and there's a lot of talk about suicide and stuff like that in that album. So he's equally as telling and open about himself, but in this album it's more like he's overcome some of it. Like the problems are still there. You can still hear the struggle in songs like Broken and Tiptoe, and there's more of a storyline to it. Like in Lavender Bay, when you hear him talk about his hometown and how he wants everyone in Sydney to know who, you know, the band is. I don't know, I just think that he's equally as open about his life, but he's now giving advice about, you know, things that you can do to make yourself more happy, and he's also just more open about different aspects of his life and like where he came from and how he did overcome these things. So I think it's really cool. I've always loved how this band has been so open about themselves and how John has really poured his heart and soul into these songs, and I mean that doesn't stop with this album, it keeps going. This album also has a ton of substance. Like, I was a little overwhelmed the first time I heard it, I'm not gonna lie, and that's why I didn't want to review it originally, like right after I heard it, because I knew I was like, I need to listen to this, I need to process it, because it was such a masterpiece that it was a little bit overwhelming, and I had to sit down and like listen to it a bunch of times. And with Chemical Miracle, I think that's an album that pretty much, I mean, it's not like it's like a super easy to listen to album, but I can throw that on in the background and just kind of jam, and even to the heavier like topic songs, I can still jam. With this album, it's definitely like a heavier album in that sense, and it's not as easy to just throw on, and I feel like if I am gonna listen to it, it's one of those albums I want to listen to in full, in order, headphones on, really focusing, enjoying it. I don't want to like passively listen to it, which I've talked about this about other albums, kind of like similar to the Movements album, about how Feel Something has a lot more substance and is harder to listen to than like their first EP. So it's kind of similar in that sense here. And the growth of this band literally amazes me. Like front to back, this album is fantastic and it just tells so many stories. And this album I think just really shows the maturity of Trophy Eyes, and I mean, I knew their new album was going to be great. I had high hopes for it. But I did not think it was going to be this good in terms of substance and them trying new things and them turning out really well. Like, I don't know, this album is so different and I love it. I didn't want a repeat of Chemical Miracle, which I think a lot of people did and people were annoyed by it, but I was so happy that it was different than Chemical Miracle, and I think it just shows a ton of maturity from them. I am so excited. I just bought my tickets to go see them on tour. I know they just announced their big headline tour with Seaway. I literally bought tickets like 10 minutes after it was announced because they're coming to Chicago in December on a Friday night, and I was like, boy, I need to go because I love this album and I am so excited to see them headlining, playing a ton of these songs live. I don't know, I think it's just gonna be super emotional and really fun, so I'm very excited about that. But overall, like you guys have heard, I clearly do love this album. It's one of my favorites so far of 2018, a true masterpiece. If you guys haven't heard it yet, please listen to it. You can tell I love it. I've been raving about it here, so please check it out if you haven't, or just listen to a few of the singles, see if you like it, you know? And if you did like Chemical Miracle and, you know, you're afraid to listen to this for some reason, give it a shot. I don't know. I was surprised. At first, I wasn't like, whoa, when I first heard it. I was like, I'm overwhelmed, it's new. But now after a bunch of listens, it's like it clicked with me, and I really love it now. And that happened to me with Feel Something too. So maybe albums with substance, you just need to like listen to a few more times and just let them sink in, and then you'll be amazed, because that's happened to me now with other albums as well. But that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please comment down below and let me know what you guys think of Trophy Eyes' new album, The American Dream. You know, do you think it's better or worse than Chemical Miracle? Is it one of your faves of 2018? What's your favorite song on it? Are you guys going to see them on tour? Let me know. I'm super curious. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are so close to 1,000 subscribers, guys. We just hit 900 last week, and we are like 50 away from 1,000, I think, and that's insane. So please subscribe if you like music and all that stuff. Other than that, once again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!